Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. Today is Thursday. We're live on the Nasdaq, on the tube. Gonna have a good time. Just getting situated here. We had some news this morning. I'm looking at a giant candle, a wiki candle with really no specific direction. So we're going to begin our morning, go through some higher time frame analysis, try to figure out the narrative for the day, and then see if we can see any setups. Let's start by taking a look at, I believe, news. So let me pull up my screen again. If you want to see any setups, see where I grab my news, I go to Forex Factory right here. I select calendar news, and I have it already where it just pulls up the calendar. Let me pull up current my screen again. If so, you want I'm looking at Thursday right setups. Here. So we had let's start by I go to Forex Factory claims here. I select calendar news, and I have it already. 10 a.m. we have pending homes. So let me pull up current news. At 10 o'clock again. So I'm looking at Thursday setups. So that means we got let's start by I go to Forex Factory. Be cautious in what we're doing and making sure we are not getting caught up in the chop, because the chop is real. The chop is real. So we're gonna hang out together today. We're gonna look for our base hits. We're looking for base hits, baby. Base hits. We're looking for 10, 20 points. We're looking to get our profit. We're looking to get out and looking to continue on our day. That is what we're looking for. Good morning, John. Glad to have you this morning. I am gonna get the rest of my charting setup put together here. We have, if you don't, I use a trade copier for those that may be watching this after the fact, and I copy seven different accounts that I'm copying and looking to add to that. My goal is to get up to 20. I want to get up to 20. That would be the goal. All right. And then once I get this set up, we will go over some analysis, chart analysis, looking at higher time frame, trying to figure out our narrative, looking for the bias in the narrative. The bias is it bullish or bearish? The narrative is how it's going to play out. Is it going to go down first, then up? Is it going to go up first, then down, then back up again? That is what we call narrative, and we want to figure out what that narrative may be. All right. Let's see. News is going to be here in 5 minutes. We're going to wait for news. We're not doing anything before then. Okay, if you looking at, just real quick, if you saw this inversion, I would not be taking this version. We didn't grab these lows. We didn't purge any liquidity. This would be a B- type setup to these highs, and it's right before news. Almost set up here. Just gotta get my MNQ account, my micro account all set. And I think I have it all done. Okay. We'll put that away. And go back, see if you guys are saying anything here. All right. We are going to have a good day. It's going to be a good day. Well, and every morning, usually, whether it's on stream or not, my affirmations before the Lord are, that He has called me and anointed me to produce wealth, and that I am a multi-million-dollar day trader. And I made myself an audio recording that I listen to. I don't listen to it every day now, but I basically tell myself the greatness that the Lord has called me to. And I believe that strongly. And I believe your faith in your ability in the Lord doing something through you is so, so important. Because in this industry, it's so easy to be discouraged and disappointed because of the amount of effort and work it goes into with so little results at the beginning. So, and actually, I'm gonna do a video later about the impact of your belief system and how your belief in doing a specific set of tasks, even though you haven't seen the result yet, is faith. And if you really can't have faith that these tasks or these set of rules are going to help you succeed, you will struggle on seeing that breakthrough. It's something that I've dealt with personally, and I think there's some lessons in that I want to share with other people that are trying to become financially free through the form of day trading. So, all right, so let's look at the analysis here. News is in 3 minutes. We have our data lows. I always like throwing those on here. Here's some data lows. We'll probably hit these, and we may look for a setup to hit that. Let's just call this X for right now. Okay. So first thing I want to look is this weekly. This weekly is, okay, so this weekly candle right here has shown us that prices may want to move higher. Now, when you're looking at a weekly candle, the hard thing is, when does it want to move higher? We don't know, because if you look at this weekly candle right here, it started here, it chopped around, made a high, made an extreme low, and ended up closing somewhere within the fair value gap. That could be the same here. We don't know. So it may want to expand higher today and tomorrow, but it may be next week. So we can't just assume it's going to be immediate. But I would say long term, we're in a bullish environment. We're in a bullish environment, and all-time highs are not that far away. Where are all-time highs? We're 400 points away from all-time highs. I don't think that's out of the question either. I think it's something we always have to keep in the forefront of our mind, especially when we are in this environment. And who knows, the political environment may want all-time highs. And if you don't know what I'm saying, we have a presidential debate, and how convenient would that be to say that we are at all-time highs for a certain candidate. All right, there's open. Let's drop down to the daily. Daily time frame, we wick into this daily fair value gap, and we've retraced, and now we're consolidating. So we've expanded lower, or we've retraced here, and now we're consolidating. We'll see where price wants to move. We're not taking any type of move off of the open candle. There's really nothing here as far as a fair value gap for us to get into. So our opportunity there isn't any opportunity for that right now. let's open in our opening range gap. Our opening range gap we have this large gap, opening range gap to the downside. That's going to be some level of interest right here. So I'm going to put that on the chart for us to take a look at and keep in front of us. So this opening range gap also has the data lows sitting right here, and the previous week new week opening gap also sitting right there. We also have our midnight open. Where's our midnight open? Our midnight open is sitting right here, down here. Okay, so midnight open is lower, opening range gap is lower, data lows are lower. We do have a equal highs, which I would like equal highs to be hit first. Let's drop down to the 4 hour so you can see what these equal highs look like. This is my morning. I did a little bit of morning analysis earlier. All right, so this is the equal highs we're referring to right here. These are on the 4. You can see these on the 4 hour and the 1 hour. That is going to need to be tagged or close to being tagged before this a down move to these data lows at least. So we have equal highs that are obvious that I think price is going to want to run and hit. And then on the 1 hour, we have the equal highs and a fair value gap in the form of a 1 hour SIBI. Sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So we haven't seen buy side delivery yet. And so we're about to see some buy side delivery into there. And so there's that target right there on right there hitting those equal highs. And we're in this 1 hour SIBI. So I want to see what price wants to do. We have this daily fair value gap. Let's drop down to the 15-minute now. We have the only other thing we've tagged that already. Okay. So here's our 15-minute. There's our equal highs again, our SIBI, and we have a swing high here. So that's buy side liquidity, we'll call that. And it's our high that's our London high. That's our London high sitting right here. And our previous day high is already tagged. No, that's 4 p.m. That's our previous day high. This is previous day high, excuse me. So we're probably going to run and tag that previous day high. So we'll tag that like that. All right, let's see. It wouldn't surprise me if we just push into here. If there's an opportunity for a little bit of a chase, I may take it, but it's probably not going to give us one. Yeah, it literally just took off, didn't it? It just took off. If we hit these, I really want to get in to target these highs, and I think we may do that. That's I want a retracement. I want some level of retracement. But we're probably not going to get it in the first 5 minutes of open. And the closer we get to it, the less likely I want to take it because it could leave it for later. we have a very small swing high sitting right here. All right, I did a chase there. I don't know if it alerted it or not, but I'm not going to call that out. Simply because it makes no sense for me to call that out to anybody watching. And it's still, I mean, that sucker's still pumping. Once we hit this daily fair value gap, there's no more chasing. Do not chase anymore. Same. InterTrader, what? Same what I missed. I don't remember what I was talking about. I remember talking, if we're going to find some support, it's going to be right here. This is not a bad place to chase. I'm not going to chase again. Well, maybe. If we see a nice push here. All right, I'm selling again right there for 10 handles. All right, I chased that again. I chased it. I did. I couldn't help it. I mean, it's just like, what are you going to freaking do? Look at this. When you got two candles like this, we got previous day high at bouncing off of and a fair value gap. The odds are in my favor. That's just... I know, the less likely I want to take it. Right. The less likely, because you could see it completely retrace. The only reason I considered that InterTrader was we got this 1 minute fair value gap sitting right here. Okay, so 1 minute fair value gap. We have the previous day high sitting right here. We don't hit our target of the daily fair value gap. We come back down. So we find support to the tick, we wick below, and then we start seeing a push. I'm going to take that and put my stop loss at the low immediately, especially because we see this right here. So context is we are not getting any retracements. We get a 2 minute retracement into a fair value gap at previous day high with our target sitting 16 handles above. I'm gonna take it. So this purple line right here was triple equal highs on the 1 minute time frame. I just wanted to see what was over there on the 1 minute, and that's what was there. So I think this move is done. I think this giant push is over with now. I was able to get another trade out of that. I got 10 handles out of that. I did get 10 handles on that. You know what I've noticed though, guys? I've been sitting on the 30-second way more often than I ever have. I don't know if it's just because of the price action we've been seeing lately, or if it's just cleaner. I don't know, but I've just been, I mean, it's not too different from obviously the 1 minute, but it just, I don't know, it just gives me, I feel like it's faster, and I like faster. I like not having to wait. I mean, the worst is I think the worst is if you trade on the 15 minute. Well, look at this. This is your 15-minute candle. You're still waiting for the close. I'm not a swing trader. I can't imagine swing trading and making trades off of, I mean, you've heard it probably Tori trades. She trades off the 4 hour. I'm like I can't do it. I'm not laughing at her. I'm laughing at my inability to understand and comprehend how to trade that way. It is insane that people can do that. Like I can't to imagine doing that. Just like, holy cow. The emotional fortitude you have to do and the patience. I mean, I think she posted a video that she's taken 6 trades and has made 100 grand. I mean, that's impressive for sure. But she leaves a trade on for 4 or 5 days, a week, or 2 weeks. I mean, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And as I build my confidence in this area, all I have to do is increase my size. That's it. Everything that I'm doing, that I've been consistently doing day in and day out, only thing I have to do is increase my size, and I'll get the same results. So there's so many different ways to trade. So many different ways to trade. All right, so here is a high, low, higher, high, a break of market structure. We also have a change in state of delivery right here. That would have been an entry for a short. And we also have this fair value gap. So what I want to see right here is a nice push lower with a stab into a fair value gap or into this breaker, because in my mind these highs have been put in. So this is a breaker entry for a short. I think we're going to dump now that we did all of that craziness. Here's my other reason, is if we go from this low and we find out our high, this is the time frame we're probably going to get down here by. Relatively close to that. It wouldn't surprise me. All right, I'm going to go short right there. My entry is right there. 10 handles sitting right here. If we don't find any resistance here, then I'll be out. We have this bearish order block. We need to find resistance here. Nope, we're going to get out right there. I don't like that. I'm going to stay out. I think it's obviously still aggressive. This is its first retracement. It's still looking like it has some more to go higher. I could have been done on the day and I didn't. I decided to take another trade and lost some of my profit. Sorry, I missed all your guys's. You kind of need it if you scalp. Yeah, the 1 minute. Yeah, maybe lifestyle also plays into it. Maybe she's too busy to scalp. Yeah, I mean, can you imagine? Either you're just hovering over watching it, or you have a ton of time on your hands. I mean, if you do the 4 hour for trading. Patience is, I mean, imagine waiting for that setup for a week or so. That's a lot. That's a lot. I think the data lows, John, are in my future. The data lows are in my future. I was getting probably a little too excited and not patient enough. Speaking of patience, right here. That was what I was looking at initially, but we blew right through that. This could be a model 2022. We talked about that yesterday. It went through my breaker and it went to the fair value gap, which would have been this would have been a model 22. Let's just see if it wants to play that out or not. If it does play that out, we can play an inversion down. I shouldn't have taken that trade. I should have just been done. I should have been done. I mean, it's hard when, dang it, I was 15 handles in 15 minutes of streaming, or 20 minutes of streaming. I should have been more patient. Lesson learned. That just, I mean, it was like, hey, we're going to go down. I mean, that's my model. That's my objective. Model, objective. It was there. I don't have to take every trade opportunity, but I'm literally sitting right here. But I had my wins. I should have been. I'm not mad for taking the trade because it's my model. It hit triple equal highs. It hit a daily fair value gap. The time from, unless this is reaccumulation and we can go higher. What I talk about symmetry from the moment of this expansion to making the high the exact middle of the range. Hang on, guys. I got somebody calling. Sorry about that. What I was trying to say is when you have your low and you put your high at the center of a market maker sell model, you want to see symmetry. So symmetry would look something like this. And I probably was thinking that's a little ambitious. I probably should, that came into my thought there for a second. It was a little ambitious. You could take it from the data lows. And if you do it from the data lows, all right, so we have an inversion right here that's going to take place. I'm guessing it happened on the 32nd. Yeah, 32nd, I missed that. Sorry, guys. I would have taken that to the swing low. All right, so there's the model 2022. Model 22 worked out, or as at least playing out. So instead of it being my breaker, it was the model 2022. I think I'm right on the idea, guys. I think I'm right on the idea. I just got stopped out for the market maker model. SMT on ES, great. I want to see some type of retracement up into here. All right. Got back my loss on that. It's gonna keep dumping most likely, but I wanted to get back what I lost and get out. And instead of continuing chasing, I'm gonna calm down, let my emotions settle, and wait for another setup. What did I take? I went off of us coming into this fair value gap, which this would have been my target, but that was within the fair value gap. And knowing that it may not go, and we have this market maker sell model, it's relatively going to be quick. So let's just go from here, all right? This is roughly what symmetry would look like. It's not going to be exact, but it needs to be somewhat close. So if you take the middle of these two highs as the top, you could do that as well. But I mean, it is not an exact science on this. So let's do the middle of these two, right? So about right there. That looks about right. That's, I would say, between this high and this high. That's 939 and 946, so that's 7 minutes. So there's not a 7-3. No, I'm on the 32nd. I forgot. It looks about right there. We still we could find or hit this low or come close to it by that time. It looks like we were getting a deep retracement here. So that's really what I look for. It doesn't always play out this way, but part of the reason why I took this breaker so quick was because of where symmetry was. And I'm like, man, this could move very quickly. And it went against me. It went into my model, into the model 2022, and then moved aggressively. We came back up into this fair value gap, and that's when I took a quick chase for 10 handles towards these equal lows, towards the equal highs. So there was some resistance there, right? So my thought was, if we are going to find resistance, it could be around here, and it's exactly what happened. Honestly, really good price action overall. Some decent chases that we've taken. Not my favorite thing to do, but I mean, when you got clean price action like this, you cannot second guess yourself. You have to know what you're looking at and take risks. You have to. Price action like this doesn't come every day. Look at what yesterday was. Yesterday was crap. Price action there was horrible. So I think we see continuation lower. You could use an inversion here. However, we are now in discount from this low to this high. Your short that you would want to take would be in premium, so you're at a higher risk for going short down here. Okay? You're at higher risk of going short when you're in discount. All right, so the 1 minute was inversed. Now we want to see the 30-second inversed here. We still have this inversion here too as well, or this fair value gap that needs to be inversed as well. It did not inverse, so we're finding some support here. We're in the 10 a.m. macro. Let's go. I'm pulling up the 1 hour, and we're going to close the 1 hour in 3 minutes, and more than likely we could be closing within this fair value gap, the 1 hour fair value gap. For bullish price action, I'd really want to see it close above it. For a bullish narrative, I would want it to close above. If we don't close above, then I would be sitting on my hands or looking at a bearish price action. We could close above this and still run lower, but that still gives us a bearish or bullish narrative. So we got 2.5 minutes left. Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. Is that Khan? Can I say Khan? Thanks for reminding me. News is in 3 minutes. Sit on your hands. Don't do anything. Don't take any trades. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Khan. Thank you. I completely spaced on the news. So we had an inversion on the 30-second to the upside. We grabbed liquidity. You could have taken some size off, still holding for a higher move. That would have been a nice trade to move stop to break even fairly quickly. It would have been stopped out right here. But it looks like the trade may work out. Let's see what price wants to do. This is what I'm talking about. As far as the 1 hour goes, if we close above there in 1 minute, that's still bullish. Doesn't mean we can't go down, but I'd say the higher time frame narrative is we may still see higher prices. We might want to play in this daily fair value gap and rebalance more of it. $9.38. Oh, you did a turtle soup of the top. Oh, you did a turtle soup right into the daily fair value gap. Is that what you did? You know, Con, ICT has mentioned in his last video. If you haven't seen his last video, he did some trading. He mentioned that he's going to do a course on turtle soup. I personally am looking forward to that a lot. There's a lot of gurus and traders out there that tout the turtle soup and use the mystery of it for joining their courses. I think that's a bunch of BS. They talk about how it's the only thing, it's the best thing, it's everything that you need. And I'm looking forward to ICT bringing some clarity on that, because I don't trade that at all. I have a little bit of understanding on it, and my little bit of understanding is using price structure on a market maker sell model, where where the intermediate or the short-term high is ran by an intermediate term high on a market maker sell model, and then it runs lower. This is not a market maker sell model any longer. I think this is not a market maker sell model. I think this was a market maker sell model until we ran here. We could, I think I'm being a little confident in my language here. This still could be, however, we closed on the bullish on the 1 hour. We rebalanced the 15-minute almost completely to the new week opening gap, bounced on it to the tick, to the actual tick. It bounced on. This is why I leave these on there, because it's signatures and price that say, hey, we're finding some support here. Because if this wasn't on it, where's the support coming from? There's no reason for it to stop in between these candles right here. What reason would you do that for? No, it's because of the new week opening gap. That's why I put it on there. And it looks like price is going to keep pushing higher. Here's a bullish move right here. Swing high. It's decent. I'm not taking it, but I think this is signature and price where we run to these highs. So I'm not taking this trade. I'm putting it in here. Our entry would be right there. Our target would be the highs. You would be out on a close below. But I'm not taking this trade. Reason for that is I'm waiting for something else. Main reason I'd say is we're redelivering off of this bounce, but I'm not liking this. There's a fair value gap sitting right here. We didn't rebalance. We did run this. We did also hit triple highs and a daily fair value gap. We technically don't have to go any higher. So this makes this B plus, B. Let's call it a B setup, because we've already ran these highs here. Unless there's a higher time frame target that we don't know, then that is why you would take this. But we are 47 seconds away from it closing below. So not taking it. I'm just price reading. I'm talking out loud because it helps me figure out, all right, if this works, why did it work? If it doesn't work, well, for me, the obvious answer is we already hit this daily fair value gap and we already hit these swing highs. So it makes it lower probability. Let's see if this is still a lower probability trade. We have a setup at the daily fair value gap. We also are hitting this breaker again. This is the breaker still, guys. That's still a short opportunity. I've seen breakers hit multiple times, even after a model 22. Here we still have equilibrium. I think, honestly, what I'm more interested in is this right here. I'm not taking it. Double SMT. Do we have a double SMT? We got an SMT with ES, so I'm looking for. I can't see that. What that says. I can't see what. The heart is right in the way. We have it set up. Let's see. All right, so SMT here. We hit that high. Okay. Yeah, I think where I'm at right now is I'm not going to try to take anything long unless it's obvious that we've already cleared these highs and we have a higher target. That becomes obvious. That I just don't have an obvious target for me to find. So, do we have anything else? Okay, so SMT. We have a breaker on ES. We have breaker on NQ. Bearish breaker on ES and bearish breaker on NQ. All right, so this did stop out. This did stop out. So my analysis and confidence on not taking these types of trades is now bolstered even more. I don't want to take those types of trades. Now, we are respecting this 30 second. 30 second looks better. This 30-second breaker, yeah, we still are respecting it because you use this entire down closed series of down closed candles. So from this low or high to low. Okay. And then we tagged it twice. This looks really nice. This looks pretty. We also have a high, low, higher, high again. This would be the breaker. We have a breaker within a breaker. Okay, breaker within a breaker. We have this fair value gap. We're still in premium right now. So we have our market structure shift, short term. This is our short term high. This is our intermediate term high. Now I'm looking for another short term fair value gap. I want another short term high, bullish fair value gap that's left. And then when we inverse that short term fair value gap, that's when I'll be going short. Yes, we did inverse this. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it. I mean, it's a valid trade. It's a valid trade. I'm just not taking it. And it closed immediately. So I'd get out right there. That's the best type of stop out I want. It doesn't run on you. Basically from 42 to 50, 8 handles. That's the best type of stop out. Not a lot. Get in and out if it runs against you. So obviously I'm glad I didn't take the trade. I'm looking for a bullish fair value gap right here. I'm looking for a bullish fair value gap between here, and I don't want it to go higher than that level there. If we get a bullish fair value gap and we inverse that, I will take that short. So here's one sitting right here. But I really want it to be on the 1 minute, if I'm honest. So I'm not gonna do it off the 30-second. I want it off the 1 minute. All right, so that bullish fair value gap was closed on the 30-second still. You guys got any plans for this weekend? What does your weekend look like? What do you guys plan on doing this weekend? Today's Thursday, tomorrow's Friday. The weekend begins. Last week was my birthday, so I was hanging out with family all last weekend. Did some swimming, did some fishing. I like fishing. It's quiet, calm. What are you guys gonna do this weekend? Hey, why don't you guys, if you guys can, if you like the commentary so far, hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. Obviously, I'm streaming with less than 10 people on the stream right now, so it's a lot to do, and I would love to have a larger impact. So if you guys don't mind hitting that like button, I'd appreciate it. This is a bullish candle, guys. I want to see if we break above this high, my whole idea is wrong. All right, so we closed above this 30-second. We should hit this high, unfortunately. And that, I mean, with this type of candle, it should work out. I'm not taking it because I want my idea not to hit this, or make equal highs and nothing else. Okay, so there's the high. It worked out. My whole idea on the short-term high, leaving a fair value gap, running shorter, it did not work out. That tells me we are still bullish. We are still bullish. That changes where this intermediate term high would be. This is an ICT concept where he talks about market structure, and I'm really trying to get a deeper understanding of market structure. So it looks like 930 low ES took it and NQ didn't. Oh, so SMT on the downside. On the lows. So here you're talking about these lows here. Yeah, so SMT there, but the trade idea would have been there at 950. I'm putting these on for my benefit. I'm trying to get a deeper understanding of market structure, and so I'm just trying to read this. I'm not. was going to take a trade idea off it if it worked out because I saw the market structure, but it didn't. So changing some stuff. This was an intermediate term high until this hit it, until we came back and broke above it. And if we keep running, then this whole idea is gone. But it's just a reference for me to keep track of. Yeah, the close above this 30-second right here, that's a nice entry. Especially since we literally invalidated this 30-second short immediately. That was very aggressive. That's very bullish. That was a phenomenal trade idea right there. Some of them you think are going to be great and they run against you immediately. Some of them you're like, oh, I'm not going to take this one, and it just explodes higher. You can't do anything about that, guys. Some of them are going to be winners. Some of them are going to be chicken dinners. Bland chicken dinners, I should say. Guys, I mean, the price action on this honestly looks beautiful. I'm really liking today's price action. We're moving. We're getting peaks and valleys. It's nice structure. We just were hoping that, I was just hoping that it was going to go lower. It obviously wanted to go higher. So I'm not taking this long because we already ran these highs. Or not these highs, but we ran this triple high and we came into the fair value gap already. So maybe it begs us to consider, is there a higher target? Wow, I don't think so. I mean, it's hard for me to consider that because this is their daily fair value gap and this is a 15-minute fair value gap. The only thing that we have would be potentially this swing high. That would be our next potential target, which is 120 points away, 140 points away. That would be the next target. We can obviously mess around and continue to rebalance these inefficiencies, right? So here's a 15-minute inefficiency that's overlapping with this daily, right? But the daily is obviously a higher time frame that has more clout. I'm just going to put this right here so I can see it on the 1 minute. So there's no reason that for me to really want to use this 15-minute when I got the daily. Okay, so we filled in more of this daily. And guess what we haven't still done, guys? We still haven't filled this. I like shorts. If we get a short setup, I'll take it. Obviously, I'm not taking the first one that plays off of it. Let's see what the 1 minute looks like. I would consider this 1 minute. But we don't really have, no, I don't. I need more structure. I need more structure. I like shorts. I'm looking for a short setup. That's just, I'm looking for shorts. That's what I'm looking for. This was a phenomenal trade on the 30-second. This was beautiful. I wish I was looking for a long because that was like textbook. We ran these lows. Yes, we were re-delivering from nothing, but look how aggressive this went against this it ran against this inversion right here immediately. And it started running very aggressively and closed above this almost, I mean, in one swoop. So that was a great trade. That would have been a great trade. All right, 1 minute closed right there. There is not a specific target right here, and there's another fair value gap. I'm not going to take that as a short. I want to see a close below this giant candle right here. We haven't closed below it for change in state of delivery, but I mean it looks very clear. This would have worked. I mean, you can't. Let me talk about this real quick. This is something that is subjective in your personal analysis, and I was not willing to take it. So we obviously closed below this. There was not a swing low for us to target, right? You can target this fair value gap, and this low right here and take profits once we enter this fair value gap, because the fair value gap will form a level of resistance, as you can obviously see right here, right? So you could have taken this as an inversion. I didn't like it because I usually like to see just one, but there's two in this leg. From this low to this high, there's two fair value gaps. So we inverted the first one. You can take profit at the second one and close your position because we're probably going to bounce from it to some degree. $10.14, you said? I mean, yeah, it worked out, Con. It worked out. I'm just not going to take it. I'm up 10 handles. I'm going to wait for something that I have real strong conviction about. I'm not just going to take frivolous trades. I took a loss on a trade that I felt really confident about. Right here. We had a high, low, higher high. We hit our targets. We break below market structure shift. I went short here, but we went up for a model 22. So, I mean, I could have held in drawdown, but that amount of drawdown from, let's just say there, that was 22 handles. I'm not going to hold through that type of drawdown. So, I took a loss on a high conviction play for me. So why would I want to take a loss on a low conviction play? That's just, you can't do that. If you're going to take a loss or you're going to put risk on the table, do it on a trade that you feel confident about seeing playing out. So here's a high, low, higher high in the 30-second. This, I'm not taking it. This right here is a breaker. With a mitigation block. I mean, it looks pretty good. See how it did that? I didn't take it, but that was nice. We could play off of this 30-second right here, but then we have a 30-second sitting right here. That is, in my mind, the stronger PD array. So I'm not going to take a short off of this. I really would want to wait for this, but there's also there's a 30-second right here as well. So opportunities are not there in my mind, because we also have this. We have this 1 minute sitting right here. I'm not gonna take it right now. What I will do is I'll watch this play out, learn from it, and maybe adjust some of my strategy to see if I need to make any type of adjustments. Oh, my camera, thanks, appreciate it. It's a camera. Does that every once in a while. Sorry about that. Patel, thanks for joining, man. Hopefully you're having a good day. Thanks for letting me know about that. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, please consider doing so. I greatly appreciate it. All right, let's watch this. I want to see what happens with this 15-second or this 30-second. Raul, how you doing, my friend? It's good to see you. I'm not taking a long off of this. I think that I'm not taking a long off of this. I'm just not taking a long off this. I think we've hit highs multiple times. Yeah, it could work, but I'm not going to take it. Okay, so that would be your entry. This would be your break even. So stop would be moved to break even right now. Stop would be sitting right here where my cursor's at. Let's see if it stops us out. The only reason I would have considered taking this, let's find out here first. Let's see if it hit. Okay, that's a stop for break even. The only reason why I would have considered taking a long here because of inversion is, one, we did grab liquidity on the downside, and our break even target was really close. So if we close below that, the good chances we're hitting this and I can move my stop to break even immediately. It ended up being a break-even trade, but if it did want to run, at least I would have been in it, right? So Con, you're in short right now. What was the reason? Give me an idea. What was the reason for your short? What PD array? What model? Why are you going short there? What's your analysis on that? If you can. Obviously, if you need to wait for your trade to play out, but give me an idea of why you're going short. There's an order block right here that we're running into, a bearish order block. We did inverse this. As far as right now, this price action still is bullish. I do like this right here. This looks like a nice setup for it to be ran. I really like that. So I do like what the structure I'm seeing, Con, but what entry model are you using? If you don't have an entry model, then you have to ask yourself, are you gambling based on speculation? Are you speculating? So I'm speculating that price wants to move lower. That's right now my current speculation. Price is showing bullish price action, but I think I'm speculating price wants to go lower. I don't have a model that is giving me an entry to confirm my speculation. And if you want to make sure you're holding your profits, you have to have some type of model that will give you the confirmation for your speculation. Okay, I like this. I'm going short here. Let's see if it wants to give it to us. And if we're getting crappy, I mean, this was a good setup, I think. And if it's not going to work out for us, then that's going to be done for the day for me. If we close above it, then I'm out. My entry was right there. Stop to break even is going to be moved right there.
Putting in my stop to break even right now. Stops to break even right now. Running those lows there, taking it out now. All right, I'm out. All right, so I took my profits at that low right there for another 10 handles. And I'm out for 10 handles, and I am 100% done for today. I am not taking any more trades. If I had more than one contract, I would still be holding for this low here. 100%. I just don't have, because I'm copy trading, I don't have the ability to hold a runner. And my primary trading, I'm on a micro account trading a drawdown account. I have one account that's in major drawdown from a long time ago, and I'm slowly rebuilding it out. And that's my primary chart I'm trading on. That's where I'm executing on, because I want that to be my primary focus, to build my account or that one account out of drawdown. And because I think it's a huge lesson that many traders need to be able to master is, hey, I'm in drawdown. Do I have the fortitude, the mental strength to build and get out of this drawdown and become green again? That so many traders struggle with this, and the prop firm industry really has exacerbated this, because when you're in drawdown, you just blow the account and you get a new one, and you get to act like it never happened. So we're gonna drop hard. We're gonna drop hard here. Stop was to break even. We wouldn't even gotten stopped out. This is gonna be a nice run right here. We should have a run right here. If we get stopped out before the run, then that would suck. But we should see a run right here. I take that back. It's only 9:33. Excuse me, it's 10:33. It might consolidate till we hit the macro time. I was drawing a blank. So I got all out right there immediately, because I am only trading one account, and it looks like it's in my favor, at least right now. It's not running. So here's short term, here's intermediate term. Okay, I'm gonna do another one of these here real quick. So this would be an intermediate term high. This would be a short-term high. I'll explain more on this as I thresh out this. Right now, I'm looking for a short-term high. I'm looking for a bullish move right here to not break this high, but to leave a bullish fair value gap. And when that happens, an inversion of that would be a short idea. So I'm going to close out my trades and close my accounts, because I'm done. And then I'm going to go into an eval account only. And I'm only going to trade 2 contracts. So now if I do take any eval trades, it will be on screen. So what I'm waiting for, guys, I'll try to articulate it, because I'm back testing this, and obviously right now I'm forward testing this. So we have this high, low, high, or short-term high. We break that high, making this an intermediate term high. Now I'm looking for another short-term high that does not break this high, but leaves a fair value gap and then runs lower. That's what I'm looking for. On a market maker sell model, this should on the stage 2 distribution lower, we're looking for that. After consolidation, we're looking for a push higher, a manipulation leg that leaves a fair value gap that runs lower. Now, that could be, you know, here. That could, I mean, it could happen at any point. But this high does not break this high right here. That's really what I'm looking for. That leaves a fair value gap, and I go short on the first fair value gap that it gives me. That's the idea that I'm back testing, and I'm trying to see if it actually plays out. This is not tested. This is not on my end, but it is an ICT concept as far as market structure. That's kind of what I'm looking for, and seeing if it plays out. There's been a ton of great setups today, guys. If you should be green to some degree. I take that back. I don't want to say that. I remember hearing other commentaries say, "Oh, you should be green today. Great price action. You should be green. If you're not green, you're an idiot." That's not true. It means there's just lessons that still need to be learned. This 15-minute looks like a completion of a market maker sell model. Excuse me, market maker buy model. Do you guys see that on the 15-minute? Let's go to the 1 hour. It'll probably be a little clearer. Less candles to consider. I'm going to get rid of some of this crap. You guys see the market maker sell model, right? Or buy model, right? Hopefully you do. All right, let's see if this actually played out here. Let me show you on the 1 hour. Let's see if it worked here. So we have our low. We have our short-term low. We have our intermediate-term low. We have our short-term low on the right side of the intermediate-term low. It doesn't leave a fair value gap, so we need to wait for another down move. It would be right here. And as soon as we break above that, that would be your entry. That was our stage two accumulation. So that worked out. Let me show you another example of what I'm referring to here. We are going to come down here, guys. I know it. I know we're going to come down here. That's too smooth. That is too freaking like a table shelf. We're going to come to that level. And we have our data lows here. We're going to come to that level. We just need to wait for time to match with price for that. But let me show you what I'm referring to. So let's see. I think this was one here. So we have this short-term low right here. Then we come below it. That's an intermediate term low. Intermediate term lows will have short terms to the left and to the right. So then we come higher. We make a low here, but then we take another low right here. Okay? So we make another low, but we don't break this intermediate term low. But this intermediate term low left a fair value gap right here. As soon as we break above that, you have your long. Boom. Do you guys see that? Still working it out. So we have our market maker buy model. We obviously know we're in it. So where do you get in if you missed your entry down here for your move? Well, you wait for your short-term low, short-term low. Now you're waiting for an intermediate term low. Well, we make another low and it doesn't break this low. So now if we break this low, that can be an intermediate term low. So there's our intermediate term low, breaking this low, intermediate term low. We now break higher, so now I'm looking for another short-term low to the right of this intermediate term low. So we come lower, and then we come lower again right here. As long as we don't break below this and we inverse a fair value gap, we can go long. Okay? We can go long. Now, this one didn't close above this fair value gap right here, so you could have gone long here, but that's not my rules. I don't like double fair value gaps. So here's one fair value gap. Here's two fair value gaps. Here's three. We close above it right here. You go long right here. Boom. That is what I'm testing out and looking for in price action. I wanted to see if it actually does it. All right, so this technically would have been one right here. Going short right here. Let's see if it plays out. So we have our high, short-term high, intermediate term high. We have a swing high put in right here with a bullish fair value gap. We closed below it, so now our stop would be at that high. Let's see if it works out. So we would have been short somewhere around here. Stop would be above here. Let's see if it runs at least to this low. You know, I'm willing to put one contract on here, one eval contract. So there's my eval entry. I'm going to have a hard stop here. And I'm going to have a hard, I'm going to take profit there. This is for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. In fact, I'm a real estate agent who's on YouTube streaming day trading. And we're coming up to the macro time, 10:45. So I think this is I want to see if it plays out, to be honest. That's really what I want to see. What I don't like about this is we have equal highs right here. Equal highs sitting right here. Well, I can't. I don't have a license there, Con. Big down candles coming. I would love big down candles right now. Right now. Go. Run. Run, baby, run, run. That's where I want it to go. If I had 2 contracts, I'd take one off here, obviously. Obviously, but we're going to see if price wants to continue here. If I hit this level, that would pass an account, so that's why I have it sitting right here. If this really is stage 2 of the distribution, we should see this just run aggressively. Stage 2 distribution has an aggressive move lower. I am recording this. This is going to make a great video. That's all I have to say. I'm here because that's as far as I really need. All right, we just made equal lows. Right from here to here, we should run those. So I like that. You can come back up into here and then continue lower. That's a possibility. I mean, we honestly could fill this as well. Let's just see if it wants to do that, though. Obviously, it's allowed to come up into this fair value gap. To be honest, I probably should bring my stop to break even. So we're going to do that. We're going to cover that, protect that. That gives me $10. Woo! Let's put it here because I want to see that number. That's a nice number. I like that. I'm looking for 53, guys. 53 is what I want, and it's somewhere around here. We are just, so intermediate, this would have been a short-term clone. That's the short-term high that left a fair value gap. We went short. When we closed below that, stop was at this high, and price is moving. Hit it, baby. Come on. If this was my live account, I don't think I could have held through that. I don't think I could have. I would have probably taken profits, especially being up, 30 handles. But this is building that strength that I can hold through a trade. I want to see it run. All right, so we ran these equal lows here. We made a lower low as far as body goes. That's really, I want to see bodies continue to close lower than the previous body. That tells me we're still going to move. Hit it, baby. Right there. Come on. Tap. All right. Guys, that was amazing. That was beautiful. We are testing it. We did an eval trade, taking that. Really, your target is not where I took my profit. That's all I needed. I wanted to close that and get out. Really, this is the target, guys. This is the target. we are going to hit these lows. Now, could you get a 20 handle retracement? Yes, this is why it's so hard to chase. Because right here, let's just look at this, okay? If you got in, well, like, wow, that's going to go. Tyler just said it's going to the low. Right now, you would be in 10 handle drawdown. You would be in 12 handle drawdown right there. It goes up. Oh, well, now we're in 15 handle drawdown. Now you're in 17 handle drawdown. Do you see how emotionally draining that is? That's so hard. This is why you don't chase. That is the reason. That is the reason. If you were going to take a short, which I'm not telling you to take a short, you take the short up here. But then it could still go higher, right? So it takes a lot to be able to manage a trade entry like this, because we already hit a low. We could retrace all the way back up to here and still go lower. I don't think we'll go back up to here. I think the max we could go is right to this bearish order block right here. We could tap into this fair value gap right here and then just expand lower. You just don't know. And that's all speculation. So we know where the target is, and you just got to find the right spot to get in for a short. Now, I wouldn't be in this trade. I would have waited for this fair value gap or for us to tag into this bearish order block, right? That's what I would have waited for, and I would have been missing this, and now you got to manage FOMO. Or you just say, I'm staying out completely. I'm not going to mess with this, okay? But that was a great win, guys. Past that account, that eval account, we're going to add that to we'll add that tomorrow. But I'm going to be done for today, guys. I mean, beautiful, beautiful price action. This is I think by far my favorite stream I've done. I've been doing this for a few months now. By far my favorite stream. Glad that you guys were able to be here with me on that. Check out X, guys. I'm on X, Twitter. I'm on X every day, checking out what other people are posting and stuff like that. So come hang with me there. And we will see you guys tomorrow. I'll be here at 8:20 Central Standard Time or 9:20 New York Standard Time. I'll be here going live. So thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you tomorrow. Take care.